Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so sometime last year I did a video on how to write a geography field project report, and I got tremendous response. A lot of the people commented asking for a sample of a PDF of the project, so I thought I would do another video of a quick outline on how to do the project, and hope this helps someone out there. So here's a quick outline that I did to help you guys out there, anyone who needs the help. Okay, so it starts with a table of contents. So on the table of contents, there's acknowledgement, dedication, declaration, introduction, background and location, problem statement, aims, objectives, methodology, literature review, data presentation, data interpretation, problems and limitations, conclusion, recommendation, reference, and appendices. Okay, so you start with the introduction, or the acknowledgement. So in the acknowledgement, you simply acknowledge the people who helped you compile the report. This might be your teachers, your parents, or anyone. And then after the acknowledgement, you move on to the dedication. Of course, you also dedicate the project or this report to someone you really love. It may be your family, your parent, your friend, anyone who is special to you. And then on the declaration, you have to declare, like solemnly declare, that you did this research on your own and it doesn't appear anywhere else. Otherwise, it would be like really bad if you copied it from somewhere, which would make you lose a lot of marks or even be disqualified from writing the same examination. All right, so the first chapter is the introduction, of course. And in the introduction, as I said previously, you write about you just write a brief paragraph about the topic under study, its importance or significance, the problems being faced, and the mitigation measures which can be put in place about a certain topic. So you can also write about how long it took you to compile the report in the introduction, and yeah, its impact on society. That's it. It's just that. And then you move on to the background. So on the background, you will always be given an area of study, of course. So under the background, you can write a quick history about the area under study, that you've been given, and simply indicate when the place was founded or where the place is located. Of course, the location, you can put it under the map, and the map should be clear. It should have a compass showing all the directions, of course. And then we move on to the statement of the problem or problem statement. So a problem statement, you can simply define the key term. Let's say, for example, you are researching on horticulture, of course. So you can just define what horticulture is, or you can just briefly define what horticulture is and state why it would be important to study about it. Yeah, that's it. And then on the aim, you just write about the aims of your report, what you aim to accomplish from your report. And on the objectives, you write about what the study intends or plans to do on a certain topic which is given. Then you move on to the methodology, and on the methodology, you simply write about the methods you use to obtain your information. So mainly the two types of methodologies, of course, which I mentioned in the previous video, are the primary methodology and the secondary methodology. In the primary methodology, information is mainly gotten in form of questionnaires, interviews, observation of the area under study. Then on the secondary methodology, it's also easy. You obtain the information from the internet, the media, yeah, simply that. Then you move on to the literature review. So under the literature review, you write about past studies which were done on the topic and what can be done to improve them. Yeah, that's it. Then on the data presentation, you simply um, present the data you researched during your field trip or your field research in form of pie charts, tables and graphs, etc., and further interpret them in form of words. Yeah, you interpret them in form of words on the part for data interpretation, where you write more about the data you obtained. Yeah. Then the limitations of the study and problems. You just write the problems you really faced during your research. For example, I wrote a brief typical example of how you can write your problem statement. You can, for example, the main problem which was faced last year, for example, and this year, part of this year, is due to the pandemic. The research, some centers are still closed for research. So you can write about how COVID is affecting you, or how transport affected you during your research, and how maybe people were not cooperative during your interviews and stuff. And then you write about you write the conclusion. On the conclusion, you just write your opinion about the whole research. Simply that. Then on the recommendation, you write again your opinion on the recommendations which can be put in place to curb the problem of the research under study. Then on the appendices, this is where you attach anything like maps, questionnaires, yeah. And then you move on to the references, where you just put the reference, like you refer to the websites you used during your research, the books you used during your research, the newspapers you used during your research, or simply the areas you used during your research. And that's just a quick outline on how to do a geography field project or report. Yeah. And again, if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below, and I will be pleased to answer them as soon as possible, because this is what I do. I just want to help you guys become your best. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like,